firefighter, black firefighter convicted for defending himself against an attacker. Put it up full mass. A black Oregon firefighter who was convicted by an all-white jury for defending himself against an alleged racist attacker and sentenced to 6 years. His alleged racist attacker still roams free. We have the details. Despite the assailant throwing the first punch, allegedly calling him the N-word, and having illicit drugs in his system, Brian Hakiym Simpson remains locked up in a River Correctional Facility, found guilty of second-degree assault by an all-white jury. He was the victim. I'm going to give you the additional details. His friends, supporters, and fellow firefighters and family have recently launched a petition and a letter-writing campaign to the Oregon governor, demanding a second look at the case. If they wait for an appeal, it could take years. Now, this case is actually not as complicated as you would imagine. But remember, we have governors who have pardoned cops who were found guilty of killing citizens wrongfully while on duty. Those governors have pardoned these cops, okay? This guy, firefighter defending himself, clearly, he's not the aggressor. A punch was thrown at him first. You now have active defense. You have the right of active defense of self and defense of others. June 7th, 2024. Members of the Grayback Forestry crew were chatting and kicking back around midnight on their day off, staying at firefighting housing nearing Grants Pass. Another firefighter named Brandon Olson, who was also white, woke up and angrily confronted the group, including Mr. Simpson, yelling, "You need to shut the F up." That's according to trial transcripts via local news station KGW8 News. When Simpson responded, he claimed Olson told him, pull your effing pants up, N-word. Pull your effing pants up, N-word. That means prepare for me to physically assault you. It is akin to saying, put your fist up, okay? So the two men quickly came to blows. But Olson admitted at the trial that he did in fact throw the first punch. He said he did it. Though Olson denied yelling the racial slur. A witness testified, yeah, he did, yell the racial slur, yeah. According to that witness, Simpson kept his hands behind his back while being struck 3 times before he eventually punched back, reported the Rogue Valley Times. Now, when we say witnesses, who are we talking about? We're talking about firefighters. We're talking about either firefighters or administrative support thereof. We're talking about individuals who have reputation and credibility and trusted positions, okay? There's more. The two men wrestled around on the ground until others managed to separate them. But Olson jumped back into the fray and Simpson kicked him a few more times, explaining at trial that, quote, legs is longer than the fist. And like I said, I'm blind in my left eye. I didn't want him to be too close to me. Olson apparently tried to continue the fight even after Simpson walked away. Quote, the aggressor in this situation admitted at trial of throwing the first punch. The toxicology report showed that he also had drugs in his system, including fentanyl. After Mr. Simpson disengaged in the fight, he chased after him. The aggressor chased after him. He admitted this in court. Defense attorney Eric Fournier said, for some reason, MAGA isn't talking about this case. They don't care that the aggressor had fentanyl. in his system. They don't care that a firefighter who they say they love was assaulted and done so in a vicious way. They don't care that racism or bigotry was brought into this, even though we are allegedly living in a post-racial society and we have no room or tolerance for that. In an email to KGW8 News, Josephine County DA Joshua Eastman wrote, quote, "Our position both before and at trial is that the first hit was likely justified." What? Yeah. He says the first hit was likely justified, or at least could be. But the repeated kicks, stumps, and the face head area were not. The victim has several facial fractures and needed surgery. Hold on now, keep the DA up. Okay. Now, sir, just because you have an alligator mouth and a hummingbird ass, and you write checks that your ass can't cash, that don't mean that you're supposed to be prosecuted. Just because you engage in combat, you're the aggressor and you lose the fight. That doesn't mean the other person gets prosecuted because they won the battle. Okay. August. Simpson was found guilty by an all-white jury in Josephine County, which is 92% white. It is not even 1% black, it's 0.8. That's according to the Census Bureau. A judge sentenced him to 70 months in jail. The judge had the authority to suspend the sentence, which he did not, which he is serving at the Snake River Penitentiary, the largest jail in Oregon. In addition to being a firefighter, Simpson, 42, was a community leader and beloved figure in the spoken word scene of his hometown of Cincinnati, earning recognition from none other than the late Rosa Parks for his advocacy, said his brother, Dom Simpson. A mural of Simpson in downtown stands as a testament to his legacy. Put up Mr. Simpson again. This is how they're doing it today. If the prosecution is saying, well, we decided to look at this case and say, well, the first punch was justified. How? Explain that legal doctrine to me. Because if you hit someone and is not in defense of self, how is the first hit? That doesn't make sense. What doctrine, what status did you utilize in order to qualify that? All right, Jackson, this case was likely decided by jury selection, to be frank. What say you?
Yeah, I mean, if the first hit is justified, that can be rationalized for pretty much anything.
Yep.
Whether it be something that somebody did or said, or maybe they were thinking this. I didn't like the way they were standing when they walked past me. If that's a justifiable defense, then and again, I have no background in law, but just off basic rationale, it would seem that you could stretch that endlessly. I mean, from all the details presented, it seems pretty straightforward in that this man didn't handle his temper well and he started a fight and he lost it. Big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's just what happens sometimes when you get into fights. So somebody's going to win and maybe somebody loses fairly bad. But as an adult, that's just kind of the L you got to take if you put yourself in a position like that. If you're going to press charges or not, whatever happens, you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you all right. But you started it and you lost it, and it would only be fair for him to at least also be in trouble for fighting in public. But I mean, as an adult, you got to control your temper, you got to control your emotions, because you never know what can happen if you get into a fight with somebody. People could lose their lives off of just hitting their head the wrong way. So
yeah, and this comes from these are the same prosecutors that would justify a cop body slamming a teenage girl.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, oh, well, she resisted arrest. Okay. All right. We'll bring you updates if there's an update to bring.